genetics.
Yeah, you know I woke up like this.
Yeah.
You woke up like that.
I was born with the beard. And
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, genetics is something that comes up all the time, isn't it?
It's a mad one.
You know, at the end of the day, yes, you know, you've got to be perhaps lucky in the parents that you chose, right? But genetics is going to determine your overall shape, yeah? But it's not going to be the limiting factor, is it? It's up to you and what you're, you know, what you're willing to do, the work that you're willing to do to get the most out of what you've got.
Correct.
Some people, perhaps, you know, and I say this all the time, is Tyson Fury will never look like Anthony Joshua. No. As much as he might put in the same training, he won't look the same. But he could look amazing for his structure, for his physique, with the genetics that he has. He doesn't, because he doesn't train in the same way. It's not because he's limited by his genetics.
Like, we are all individually genetically unique, and we need to go as far now to talk about height, like our skin complexion, like our teeth, all these things. Everything's genetic, and the differences that we have between each other, between people, and it makes me laugh when the amount of times people have gone, I want to look like this physique, and they send me a picture of someone else, and I'm like, well, hang on a minute, like, how tall is this person? How tall are you? Like, one thing that, like, I broke my collarbone 5 years ago, and I remember I had a metal plate in there for a year and 5 screws. And one thing I found, but like at the time, I didn't even think of, I was like, hang on a minute, they had to check the shape of my clavicle to get the right plate that fit on top of my clavicle, and then it started getting me thinking. I started looking at, because you're googling things and you're googling other people that have gone through the same surgery, and it's the shape of your clavicle, the shape of your bones, the length. If you took 2 people that were both 6 foot tall and measured their flipping humerus, measured their femurs, they'd be potentially different lengths, different thickness,
it's not like
different
they had
density.
A drawer of clavicles, like that one. Put that
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, that's what it was like. I'm not joking. They just go for the near, but the fact that there was so many, and the fact that there was so, like, we have different shape structures. So the idea of someone going, oh, I want to look like that guy, or it's like, well, hang on a minute, they have completely different genetic makeup, from their height, their bone density, their bone structure, all these things, to this spectrum of things that we can then adapt on top, i.e. training and nutrition and all the variables that come with it. So yeah, genetics is complex. I mean, like hormone levels. I once had a 21-year-old client who went and got a hormone check, and his testosterone was in the bin, right? And I've got a friend who's 2 years younger than me. He's 35, and he got his testosterone checked, and it's in the red above.
Whoa.
He is King Natty.
So
he is King Natty. He's
just
superhuman.
like a raging bull.
He's just superhuman, right? So now you sit and you go, you've got a 35-year-old with testosterone through the roof. He builds muscle like it's a joke. Yeah. So then you've got his hormone, all these things that come into play. If he can have 6 months out of the gym, give him 3 months in the gym, boom, he's in shape. It just happens quick, right? Yeah. So yeah, genetics are undeniable, but I think you're spot on in that what difference should it make if we take all the benefits of lifting weights, if we take the strength gains, if we take, of course, building muscle itself, if we take the stronger connective tissue, bone density, all the powerful benefits that come with lifting weights, well, you're going to not do it because you haven't got the optimal genetics for it.
I think something that people who bring up genetics all the time, like, it's not fair,
it's a good excuse.
They've got better genetics than me. It's a good excuse, but something that I'm keen to always let people know is people who have really good genetics, sometimes they tend to not train that hard because they don't have to.
They've got a head start.
Yeah, and if you've got lesser genetics, if you like, but you're willing to put in the graft, you'll look far better than someone who's got great genetics who works at a subpar level of effort, so you can make up. What you can't do is look like someone else.
Correct.
Right? Your muscles, they originate in a
your
insertions,
place. They everything.
Insert at a certain place. They're going to be the different lengths, different shape, fullness. So it's always going to look a certain way specific to you, but it doesn't mean you can't look as good, if not better, than someone else. But again, better, worse, that's all
subjective.
5
exactly. Seconds left. What's genetically your best body part?
Legs.
Same.